Man, episode 4 of Too Many Losing Heroines is probably easily one of the best episodes of all the shows of the current season by far. What an absolute roller coaster of emotions. Just like, I'm broken over here, I'm laughing over here, everything's just beautifully directed. What just a phenomenal episode. I don't know what part hurt me more, was the fact that Komari got broken up with, or at least dumped, or the whole scene with Yanami and her breakdown in front of Sosuke. Easily probably that scene. I think Yanami just screaming over and over again, go be happy. Like, I want you to go be happy. I like you so much. I want you to go off and be happy. Be happy without me. The statement of be happy without me. Like, you could literally hear my heart just shatter just so loudly. It was probably heard down the street. What a bad scene. That scene just hurt me so much. This girl's like, literally, let me move on. And it's so funny because that's literally almost like her telling herself that. Because let's face it, the last, like, again, 3 episodes has literally been Yanami constantly talking about Sosuke. Constantly talking about him and his girlfriend. And wanting, and all this stuff that she hates, having to go to different parties and whatnot. And here she's literally saying, go be happy without me. Stop saying sorry because I can't stop liking you. It's like, it just... heartbreak after heartbreak in this episode, and again, just so beautifully put together. But yeah, let's just get into the episode proper, starting from the beginning. So let's go through the entire episode rather than jumping ahead like I typically do. But yes, opening up with the follow-up of what happens to Komari, which, yes, like I said, seemed pretty predictable. It's a show about too many losing heroines. The party is finally together at the end of the episode, by the way. But yes, it's too many losing heroines. Komari's all over the place in the cover art and everything. Like, you know she's gonna get dumped. Now, what I hate, and it keeps going to the credit of this writer, is it's another rom-com trope that is presented and laughed at, but at the same time is taken in a serious tone. This is a miscommunication trope. Literally, the guy told Tsukinoki, who he really liked, that if she couldn't find anybody else, he'd get with her. And she's like, literally, that was your idea of confession? That was her, she didn't know. She's like, I've been waiting this whole time for you to say something. I've loved you this whole time, but I've been waiting for you. And that was supposed to be a confession? What the hell? He literally did that stupid trope. And this whole thing is a miscommunication. So the question mark that I had was that if they were going out together and they just didn't tell anybody. And that would have been heartbreaking for Komari because Komari thought that she had a chance. But it's sort of the same thing because he technically already confessed. He thought that he was turned down by Tsukinoki, and then he's confused because now she's upset over here, and now we have the actual confession that actually happens. The two of them will get together, and then he has to go turn down Komari. Which, honestly, like that first whole scene where he first, says this is a little bit sudden, I need to think, and Tsukinoki's like, why don't you just turn her down? I was confused by that statement because in his mind, in Shintaro's mind, he took that as Tsukinoki is interested in me. I almost took it as Shintaro asked Tsukinoki and she dumped him, and she believes that he's still stuck on her and that he's turning down Komari because he's still stuck on her even though she doesn't want to go out with him. But no, again, it ended up turning into the idea that no, it was just a bad communication between the two of them, and they both like each other, and Komari's kind of getting stuck in the middle. But that after scene was just heartbreaking. Just Komari literally saying, at least I almost had a chance. Like, she at least feels like, okay, at least Shintaro thought about it. He even told Komari, I thought about even going out with you. Like, he was considering that. But in the end, what the assumption here is that he loves Tsukinoki. It almost implies the idea that he might have liked Komari as well. It's just that he liked Tsukinoki first, and he wanted her badly, and now he has the opportunity to do that. He's going to take it. But it was still an aspect of, like, Komari almost getting something positive out of it. Like, I almost had him, and that's good. And at least he considered it. At least he considered my feelings in the end, even though in the end it sucks. She's still broken. This is still tragic. She still wants to cry. Please leave me. I need to cry. It was just, just so heartbreaking. Poor Komari. And again, knew it was coming. It was just going to be why. It's always in the end, it's why. I did like the fact that when Shintaro went to Kazu, he's like wanting his advice. And he's like, wait, she turned you down when you were like 4? He's like, what are you talking about? No, it was last Christmas. Again, it's one of those tropes in rom-coms that he's bringing up in the situation, which, yes, technically could fit because this show has so many stupid rom-com jokes that it loves to point out. I like that Lemon was going to bring her a stag beetle. She wanted to cheer up Komari so much. Which, again, I think that's really where this series is going, and the idea of them all kind of supporting each other in some way. Like, even towards the later part, it feels like, okay, the band's together, and they're going to start supporting each other. But no, the follow-up of that whole situation, it was so nice. Like, I mad respects for Komari. I mean, the things that she's probably going through at this point is just heartbreaking. And for her to kind of step up and be kind of mature about the situation is probably very difficult for her. Like, even that whole scene where she's uploading her novel and everything like that, she literally tells him, hey, can you still help me with this? I don't know how this website works. Can you still support me with this? He's like, heck yeah, I'll do that. And then going over to Tsukinoki more than anything, because again, she kind of felt like she was always competing against Tsukinoki and that she wanted to beat her with this whole situation. And then Tsukinoki, in the end, still beats her. Like, she felt like she had a chance. And then to still be able to walk up and say, Tsukinoki, please continue to coming to the club. It would be so lonely without you. In the end, despite the fact that there is this struggle with the two of them and their relationship with Shintaro, and yes, one of them having to win in the situation, one of them winning his heart, in the end, Komari still wants to be friends with Tsukinoki. In the end, she still wants her to be a part of the club. She doesn't want her to be driven away and feel like she can't be in that room, like it's going to be too uncomfortable. It was just, again, Tsukinoki kind of breaking down after that. I was like, oh gosh, please stop. And Komari embracing her. I was like, I guess you could open up the door to the harem for Shintaro, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, with Komari's whole situation out of the way, we get into more of Kazuhiko and his relationship with Yanami. And I'm saying that specifically because it really does feel like things are starting to ramp up for them. I mean, he had that whole scene where she's like, why are you still holding my hand? What, are you going to confess to me? And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And she kind of like, I'll just dump you. And she like walks away. Such a teasing thing. And then in class, constantly, he's looking at Yanami all the time. He's constantly looking at it. Even when Lemon's talking to him, hey, here's this thing. Can you upload it? Yeah. Did you do your book? Yeah, it's right here. He's just staring at Yanami the whole time. He's holding up the phone. He's just staring at her. It's like, dude, are we being pretty obvious here that you just are extremely fascinated with her and you just want her that badly? But the thing that throws a wrench in it is seemingly them bringing up this aspect of him feeling like he's not good enough, or at least there's a popularity difference here. And it's created by the Gossip Girls. Out of nowhere, he overhears these girls talking about Yanami, how great she is, how popular she is, and how she's been seen with a new boy. She's been seen with a new boy. Who is this guy? Kazuhiko? Who is that? There's some nobody? Yeah, she's way too good for him. And then suddenly it turning into an aspect of a confidence issue. Now, it could be an aspect of not wanting, he says later on, he just doesn't want the rumors going around. And it is kind of a sad thing because there is a part of it is, I'm curious if it'll get into it. Is it him trying to protect Yanami? Like, I'm not good enough and it'll look bad if she's seen with me? Because yes, it really quickly turns into, hey, how much is this one? Yeah, that's the rest of your debt. That this thing is like, it was like $25, a $25 a cucumber sandwich. It was obvious he's trying to cut off at that point. We can't be seen together anymore. People are creating rumors. I don't want those rumors to go around. And even though she's like, no, yes, it was a debt at first, but I like doing this. Well, I don't want people to have rumors. I don't want those rumors to be created around us. It's basically separation there. Fine, then I'll stop talking to you. And it so sucks. It really does suck because, again, it seems like everybody around them is sort of seeing that same thing, but at the same time, it's not something that he wants. And this is sort of one of those difficulties in the age group they're in, and the idea that everybody is sort of starting to see people. And so the idea of a female, hanging around with a male it's immediately, they got to be going out. They got to be going out. There's no reason why a male and a female would be alone somewhere unless they're going out. And that's something that he can't avoid it. It sucks. It does suck because, I mean, in the end, it is established, hey, let's be friends. Like, he's accepting it at that point, let's be friends going forward. But it's still an aspect of, like, that doesn't alleviate the fact that these people are still going to gossip about it. They're still going to see, especially somebody as popular as Yanami, people are going to constantly be wondering who's she going to be going out with. who is this next person? There's no reason why Kazuhiko would be hanging around Yanami, one of the most popular girls in this class, without him wanting something from her. But yeah, everybody's picking up on this. Lemon's even pointing out, man, you guys get in a fight or something like that? Did you break up? Hey, you should probably talk it out. It was Komari was like, did she dump you? She's like, did you think that you could be all happy while we're all miserable? It's like suddenly out of nowhere, she's like, join the club. And that's like totally how it plays. Yanami later on even says the idea of welcome to the breakup or the dumped club. Like all these girls, they all want him to join the club, join the dumped club. But now then we have the scene with Sosuke. Sosuke dragging Kazuhiko off to nowhere. By the way, love the fact that Komari had to like alert everybody that, Kazuhiko's in trouble. Like some dude just dragged him off out of nowhere to bully him or whatever. Like this girl's looking after him. But no, him just talking about how he's happy that she's moved on and everything. And then yes, Yanami showing up and getting really mad about the situation, about them kind of talking about her situation without her being involved with it. And again, turning into this deeper subject about the fact that Yanami, yes, loves Sosuke and is always going to love Sosuke. While at the same time, Sosuke is getting involved because he wants to make sure that she's happy. And there's almost a disrespect for her own feelings by getting involved. Kazuhiko's basically saying what she probably is already thinking, the idea of, how dare you say that you want her to be happy? You dumped her. I don't know. It seemed in this whole discussion here that he knew, and it almost turns it in a way that he has dumped her before. I think what they're really trying to lay out here with Yanami is that he knew that she loved him, but he loved somebody else. Yanami never confessed. That was the problem. Sosuke knew that she loved him, but she never confessed, and he found somebody. Even though she lost, it's still turning into an idea that he wants her to be happy, and that's involving him getting involved. And she doesn't want him to get involved. And I think there is an element of embarrassment and disrespect that comes from that, the idea of her possibly moving forward. Yes, one day I will fall in love with again, but you don't need to keep getting yourself involved. I want to stop loving you, stop apologizing, stop getting involved, stop meddling in my business so I can move on. Be happy. Like I said, those crush me. The be happy without me. Go off with Karen or whoever and be happy without me. Just an all-around super emotional segment. Like I said, that last line hurt me, and I like how much Kazuhiko was getting mad for her sake. And yes, for her, I don't think she wanted that, but it still kind of shows, again, along with him constantly looking at Yanami, that he does have feelings for her. And yes, I think based on the ending with him requesting to be her friend, I think there could be an aspect of him possibly just wanting to protect his friend. If he sees Yanami as a friend, he's wanting to protect Yanami. I think with how much he's staring at her, I don't think it's a friend thing. I think he's just choosing friend because I don't think he thinks that he's good enough for her. And so he's choosing this route instead. But I think there is a protection thing that he is doing here, and it is admirable, but at the same time, it's not something that it seems like she wants. Enough that she keeps pushing him and bonking him on the head over and over again. Like, stop it. What the hell are you doing? It was super good. That whole scene was super good and super heartbreaking. This whole episode really did sell me on Yanami. Like, I was really super sold on Lemon, but I think this episode really sold me on Yanami. But no, I love how that scene ended because, again, another rom-com trope that I absolutely hate this, by the way. You'll have these shows, and it's not just rom-coms, you'll have a lot of anime shows especially, where you'll have something really big happens. A really massive dramatic beat will happen, something gets resolved, or some conflict begins, and then suddenly, scene change. Like, the writers always fix the situation and resolve it by just changing the scenes. I was making a point of that recently with Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. You have this really dramatic moment, and how the writer gets out of the scene is just a transition scene. And so it was really funny to actually have, for once, they literally have this discussion, there's a big outburst, they kind of get it resolved, and then suddenly out of nowhere, someone's like, so how are we supposed to end this conversation anyways? Like, how is this type of conversation supposed to conclude? And everybody's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's so true. Like, again, so many writers just rely on, just change the scene. Nobody needs to know what happens after that. Anyways, yeah, the episode wraps up with, again, the gang, the dumped gang gets together on the side. And again, Komari's kind of picking up on what's going on here. The two of them need to talk. She's asking Lemon to show her how to do some running. And she's like, you owe me one. Komari looking after Kazuhiko. I love it. But no, he brings Yanami up there and then does a confession. Okay, I have to side with Yanami here. If you're going to have an opening like that, It better be a love confession. I'm sorry, dude. You were totally leaning into a love confession. And if you didn't expect her to go right into a dump response, you're crazy. He's literally like, there's something really important I have to tell you. No, I have to talk to you about it. I want to be friends. I just see you as a friend. Wait, did I get dumped? He's like, yeah. Welcome to the dump club. I love it. She just grabbed onto it. No, you're a part of the dump club now. Nope. Yes, I dumped you. It's all right. Oh, no, normally I have to wait 3 years. So you're saying you're going to propose me. Well, I'll just dump you now, okay? It was a cute little wrap up. And again, I just don't see it. I mean, maybe he's choosing to go the friend route just so that he can alleviate even the question mark of what they are. That could be, but I can already see them as already friends at that point. But it's fine. It's fine. But anyways, yeah. Fantastic episode. Really, really loved it. I think the only negative this episode had is that we didn't see the sister. And I'm a little bummed that we never got to see the sister. But I'll let it pass because everything else was excellent in this episode. And I'm very curious to see where it goes from here. Again, it kind of has, at this point, established the breakups. This is the dumped group. And what they're going to be doing going forward is the question mark. And it seems like with them establishing a friendship between them at least, it doesn't seem like it wants to go into relationship right off the bat. My only assumption is that from here we might go back to Lemon, because I think Lemon right now is the only one that hasn't fully given up. Because obviously Komari has given up. Yanami has pretty much at this point pushed him away. And I think with Lemon, it kind of feels like she's still trying to push. I haven't really quite figured out what her intention is. She said that she didn't want to give up. So maybe she's still going to be trying for Ayano. But we'll see. But anyhow, looking forward to the next episode. Really fantastic episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know how the episode. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe before you leave. If you like this content and you want to support the channel more, I have links in the description below. Greatly, greatly appreciate what it does. And until next time, y'all take care.